I am a spiritual writer, energy reader and healer. My readings, articles and the healings that I give are all sort of seeking to empower and provide a different perspective, really. How would I describe myself in 3 words? I'm passionate, authentic, and most of all, I'm fun. You've got to laugh at times, right? Okay, so not all the time. Sometimes we'll cry together too. Hope you're enjoying all the content that I'm putting up on my channel, and if that's the case, love it if you could like and subscribe. Until then, see you around, lovely wing people. So hi, welcome to your Mercury Retrograde reading today. So just doing a little intro into all of the readings. Mercury Retrograde usually happens sort of 3 to 4 times a year, depending on the lunar calendar. And it's a very difficult time where the retrograde means that we go back or we go and revisit something, or things may not work as well. But they may not work as well because there's a reason or a lesson that we need to gain from it. It's often a time, because it's ruled, Mercury is the planet of communication, it affects all types of communication. So it can affect our computers, our phones, our cameras. Tell me about it. I've had a few camera issues of that period. So yeah, it can really feel like it's working against us. It's a time frame of shadow that we just need to work through and get through. But often, on a positive note, there are things, as I said, just that, you know, that we need to take from it, that we need to learn from. So coming out of this period is a good thing, or is a positive thing, and affects us in different ways, because wherever the retrograde sits at the time of the year will affect each of us astrologically differently, because it will sit in the different 12 houses, which are houses for astrology that are ruled by planets and affect us in our day-to-day lives. So I just wanted to sort of mention what it was and how it might affect us before I started any of the readings. So let's get on with your reading. Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading today. Welcome to your Mercury Retrograde after party. What do I want to say to my Aquariuses before I start? Before I even start with how you were affected in this retrograde, I just want to give love and support to you right now. All of the Aquariuses that I know have actually been going through quite a tricky time in their lives. And Aquarius, you know, you are literally one of the signs of people that I know that are such loving people and such caring people that, you know, are very balanced and just have this like calmness around you, and are just like top people. So I just want to say that at the moment, I know the energies have been quite rough on you, and as an air sign, I think you literally have been really affected, and you know, your current headspace is not being the best of places for you right now. So I just want to give you that extra bit of love and support from me before I start your reading. Right, I'm going to burn some frankincense. I burnt some of this yesterday and it kind of nearly knocked me out, to be honest. Yeah, these little domes, they smell so good, frankincense. And this is on my little burner from my little friend Claire. Thank you, Claire, you little star. So yeah, these burn, and yeah, they smell really gorgeous. So enough about me smoking out my desk. Have we got movement? Okay, Aquarius. So this is interesting. I always take all signs and synchronicities whenever I do these readings. And the fact that I couldn't get this to lie. There's an energy around you at the moment that things are hard. Things have been hard to get moving. Things have been a little bit slow to the uptake. And everything's just felt like one straight line for quite some time. And I think we're really going to talk about that in your reading, and we're really going to try and uplift you as much as we can. Okay, so before I do any of that, I'm going to just knock my singing bowl. So you might want to cover your ears for this. Smashing. Right, so we've got a nice clear energy, and I felt that it was a little bit heavy before I started this reading, so I felt that for you, Aquarius, that you really needed for me to clear that. And we're going to really try and give you a little bit of uplifting today by giving you one of these empowerment cards. So in a time where we're not feeling our best, our confidence levels are low, and empowering ourselves can be difficult, right? So, what can we tell my gorgeous Aquarians right now to give them a lift? What would you like to tell them today? Okay, so they are telling you today, feel the fear and do it anyway. So, this difficult energy you've been in, they're probably like really frightening things that have been going on for you. I've got two there actually. There's another one underneath. When someone says you can't do it twice and take pictures. Somebody with a great sense of humour wrote this deck. I love it. So don't just empower yourself and say to the universe, actually, I'm pretty great. Take pictures of it, show everyone, tell everybody how great you are. There's this real essence around you, Aquarius, that you really need to get out there. You really need to be social again. You need to mix with people, and you need to start living life again. There's been this little period of kind of hermit mode for whatever reasons, and there's going to be a time of you coming out of that hermit mode and you needing to take your cloak off and you know, take the spotlight. You are great. Just because things have happened in life doesn't mean that you're not great. It just means that you've just been going through a little bit of a downturn. So be empowered, because you are great and the world wants you to show everybody. And yes, it will feel like a frightening thing to do where you are right now, but it will be the best thing you ever did. Okay, right, so I am going to pick for you 6 right away. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. 6 right away, and then I'm going to clarify with an Island Wellness card. I think there's been this sense, I've used this deck, the Wellness deck, with all of my readings, and there's been this essence that we've all needed, this idea of this boost, this energy boost of wellness. You know, there's been, especially what's been going on in the world in the last year and a half or whatever, there's this idea that all of our mental health has been affected in some way, like on a mass collective level. And yeah, and you have definitely been affected by that. Okay, so I'm going to take these. So, okay. Aquarius. Let's pull you. Oh, I was going to pull you 2 more cards, but they want you to have more than 2 more cards. So you're going to get 2 more cards. Okay, so you've got an extra row, Aquarius. An extra row. Okay, there's probably a very, very important message in this. one which I'm going to do my best to make clear. Wow, okay, I see. Can you please give our Aquarius some clarification for our first, second, third and fourth column, please? Okay. So your first column, you have seduction. Your second column, you have keys on a ring. Your fourth, do you know what? These cards have just jumped out at me and there's 4. There's exactly 4. Of course there is. Of course there's 4. Why am I even doubting it? Okay. The bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands in reverse. Well, I have to tell you, Aquarius, I'm happy to see this is the underlying arching energy of the reading. This 10 of Wands in reverse is about these heavy burdens now are about to be dropped. You're about to drop all of this and start to feel lighter. There's this idea of feeling a lot lighter and being able to see what's real and what's really going on. This can sometimes be this idea of gaining clarity and doing things differently. Okay. So your first row in here, I'll read the clarification cards after. You have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, along with the 8 of Swords. Oh, something coming through my door. See that? Right, sorry. So, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This card is telling you that at the moment you feel like things have took a downturn in your life. You feel like things were once up high and in a place where you could be happy, or you had this sense of familiarity, and now that wheel has turned. These are about cycles, and within these cycles, you know, what goes up must come down. You're in this energy at the moment of things are going in reverse, and this is the retrograde after all. This is what we're talking about. This card here, it doesn't look like a very nice card, and it's a swords. It's an 8 of Swords. Now this 8 of Swords, you're an air sign yourself, Aquarius, and these swords are about mental space and mental belief. This person here believes that they are trapped. There is no way out of this situation. Going back isn't an option, and going forward is terrifying. And to make things worse, you have this blindfold on, so you feel like you can't see the way forward. The reality of this, of course, is that this is a very loose bandage there, a tie around this person. This is a lady in this, but it can be male or female, not gender specific. And this person actually, 9 is about to complete, 8 is going towards 9, and it's about growth really, and getting to a point where the cycle will be complete at number 9, which is the next card. Now this is somebody that can't see a way out of things, and because this is in reverse, this next to it, the truth of the matter is the blindfold can come down, the person can pop themselves through that gap within those swords and perfectly move forward at ease. It can happen, it's a possibility. When that happens and the cycles turn, your Wheel of Fortune can then start moving towards going upwards again and becoming more upwardly buoyant. At the moment, it feels down, it feels downtrodden. It feels like the mental space is very sad and very powerless. It's probably the word I would use. But you're not powerless. You're really not powerless. There's a lot of change going on. There's a lot of cycles being completed, but they're really important cycles. They're going to teach you quite a lot, actually, as you go through this. And then you're going to start moving on up again, for sure. Okay, so when we clarified that, we had the card of seduction. attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. Has there been a betrayal somewhere in your life? This could be on a work front, or this could be on a personal note. This is saying that there's this energy around, either might be you, might be that you have met somebody new, or it might be that you've come out of a relationship and they have been seduced by this possibility of living a different life. Seductions are something that literally lures us in, like a temptation. And sometimes we're in the energy of wanting to be seduced, by the way, even if we tell ourselves we're not, we really are. I see two meanings for this. I see one meaning that somebody somewhere in the background has, maybe there's been a betrayal, and that's why this feels like this. Or I see you coming out of something that's very, very difficult, and you will be open again to dating and meeting somebody new. There's a big energy of that around that column. Okay, your second column, you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles is about earth signs, and in the upright, it's about having the family, the home, the life, the money. It's about everything being balanced, and it's about happiness and everything that comes with that. Tens are a completed cycle, by the way, which is kind of a separate thing to do with what I've just explained. They have lots of different meanings, these cards, and yeah, there's so many layers when I do a reading. But because I always look at the numerology, the number 10 is completion of a cycle. So in reverse, this is saying that that is not stable, that is not something in your life that is your present state. Basically, I think you may have had that, and now that's coming to an end. And with that coming to an end is a lot of fear. That house in the background, maybe that home isn't going to no longer be your home. And it's really interesting because your clarification card is keys on a ring. And that could mean several things. That could mean moving to a new property. That could just mean moving on with your life, away from what this was, and now you're going towards something new. Something very different and very frightening perhaps. But they're giving you the keys to the door. And keys open doors, let's not forget that. So perhaps this was symbolic of a closed door, and now this is an open door. And you're going to be moving through it. It's going to take courage, Aquarius. I know this is tricky, but you have all the keys you need on the ring to be able to move forward. For my other Aquarians, this can also mean that maybe you're not in this state yet, but you've met somebody new, or you strive to this. You know, you aspire to commitment, marriage, having children. These are the keys to opening the door maybe to this. Maybe there's somebody on the horizon. Maybe you are making new choices. And maybe those new choices feel quite freeing. Okay. And what's really lovely about all of those cards I just said is this little gem is underneath it all. This is the Ace of Cups. And this card is all about your cup overfloweth. So basically your cup is going to be, it might not be right now, but it is going to be very full of love and emotion. There is going to be an epiphany and a metamorphosis of change. You have been growing, and sometimes things grow in really horrible, muddy environments, but they come out of it and they blossom. And this is divinely gifted. My aces are divine gifts in my eyes. They come towards you, they're handed towards you, and they are towards you becoming better, happier, more fulfilled. Okay, and you see this little dove at the top taking a dive bomb into the cup. This is about regaining peace and harmony in your life, because there's not been much of that for a while. So this is where you're going, Aquarius. You're going towards a more peaceful existence, a happier existence. You know, I also read the cups within the right context, that this is going to be like actually going to end up being a celebration, believe it or not. You won't believe it at this time, but you're going to actually move forward. You will be celebrating. You will be enjoying drinks with loved ones and friends and having beautiful times once more. This is also about you. This love coming in for you, I believe, helps you to be more within the power of who you really are. It gives you the confidence and the love and the enthusiasm to be more. This is why it's overflowing. Because no more empty cup, Aquarius. This cup now wants to be fulfilled. It's waited long enough. And divine angels and source energy around you is saying to you at this time, we present you with this, Aquarius, because you know what? You're worthy of it. You're deserving. And little do you know, you are such a beautiful, amazing person. And your cup really does deserve to be full. Not empty anymore. Okay? So that's a really important message for you, Aquarius. Okay, your third column, the Five of Cups. So here we go. Before we get to that full cup, there's the balancing stage. So this fives for me are about challenges. Fives can sometimes mean you're going through, you know, arduous times, difficult times where, you know, sometimes you really don't see yourself coming out of it. And it's really interesting because you had this card as your energy, which was about dropping all the wands, making the load lighter. So this card is that there will be ups and downs through this process, and you will have times where this person is shrouded in this black cloak. And this is perhaps how some of you might be feeling right now. And you're looking at these three spilt cups in front of you. And this character on this card, all they can see is this idea that love was spilt. The cups are empty. And the reality, again, a bit like the Eight of Swords, is there's always a flip side on these sorts of things. So there's two perfectly stood cups behind, and those cups are full, and they're waiting to be drank and experienced and enjoyed. This person can't see that at this stage, and they need to go through this process in order to find their Two of Cups. And you know what? The Two of Cups on the tarot itself is the card of true love and divine partnership. It's really weird because you also have the twin flame card clarifying this. Twin flame unions they're not like karmics and they're not like soulmates. They're very different. They're a contracted relationship that we come into this world and we agree with this other soul to meet up and go on a journey. The twin flame journey essentially for me is about ancestral lines, our soul DNA, our soul family, the past. And sometimes there are toxic and unhealthy family lines that need to be healed. And sometimes the only way to heal is to bring them out into the light and to examine them and assess them, feel them, and then take time to heal. Okay, so with this twin flame, I think there has either been this past relationship that is now about to go into separation. Twin flames, characteristically, at some point of their journey, they meet up, they fall in love, and then they separate. And this is part of their divine journey. Not all twin flames come back together, because sometimes the lesson and the goal and what was needed that they agreed contractually before they came into this world to resolve together, sometimes that contract has been fulfilled. They're always somebody within our life that we remember or we love or we have a connection with, but sometimes the separation, it becomes a permanent separation. And this card, as I say, it can mean that maybe your twin flame union is come to an end and you are about to approach a soulmate. And this is a divine love, a different type of divine love. And this divine love is less about pain and less about assessing who we are and who our families are and who we've become, and then more about helping each other grow and love and flourish. Okay, so you have the Queen of Swords underneath those cards, and the Queen of Swords for me is somebody who values honesty. Again, it's an air sign like you, so this could be your energy. The energy of this queen is that she wants the fact, she wants the truth, and it's time to lay it out on the table. No more pussyfooting around a scenario, no more avoiding a subject. Let's cut it down the middle and let's open things up. Let's slice through the crap. This queen, she does that verbally. And I think this is your energy right now, where there's been like, see all these clouds in the background. It's been so cloudy, it's been so foggy. There's been no clarity. And this Queen of Swords energy now decides that clarity is what is required. And it's required in bounds. Just want to mention as well that this queen is actually a loyal, honest, open person. A person with great morals, great belief, you know, does cheerlead other people when required, but is also somebody that will need to get to the bottom of this situation. But they'll do it in a balanced way that involves justice. This is about getting justice. Okay, Aquarius, you were the only reading out of everybody that received this extra column. So I have the King of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Swords. The King of Wands in reverse is somebody that has lost their passion for things right now, or their passion's been on hold for a little while and they've not really been in their full power. This would be the King of Wands in this position is powerful, motivated, passionate, driven. I think that you have all of those qualities, but at the moment it's very much internal. You don't know where those resources are yet. Those qualities that lie within you they're quite heavily buried at this point. Because that's just because of whatever the situation has been. It's called for you to not reveal those sides of you. Sometimes it's about licking our wounds and trying to cover our wounds because they're too painful to bring to the surface and show everybody. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to your clarification in a minute because it's really interesting, because that's an axe. And I think that there's an energy of that's gone on here. Underneath this, you have the Seven of Swords. Sometimes a lot of people don't like this card when it comes out because it can denote deception, trickery, not being honest, not being upfront about a situation. Perhaps there's someone in your life, Aquarius, that's not being completely honest with you at this time. And energetically, you feel it. And that's why you feel this energy, that you feel like you want to hide away. You don't know where your passions are. You feel like they are well undercover right now. And instead, there's this energy of somebody not being upfront in a situation. There are other meanings. There'll be those of you out there that are in a mode where this can be career-wise as well. And this can be that you just feel like you don't have your head on straight at the moment. You don't know where you're going. You don't know where your career is taking you, or you're not too sure about what it is that is going to make you tick and make you happy, and what goals you want to go for. Perhaps you feel that you don't have any goals to drive you right now. So you're in this process of gathering up your energy and your mind thoughts, and these swords are about new ideas. So perhaps you're gathering up all your ideas and you're ready to express them. You know, swords are about truth, and sometimes we need to spend a bit of time being honest with ourselves in order to look at what we really need to do to move forward. He's collecting all these swords, but you see there's two that he's looking behind, so it's also looking back. If this is career and finance, stop looking back. Stop dwelling on what has not been. Stop thinking about what you don't have, and start collecting what you do have and moving forward with them and being grateful for what you have. There's another message in that as well. So the clarification for this card is the axe. None of us like that when we see an axe, right? This is about breakups, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. It's time to cut through this stuff. Cut to the chase, my friend. Whatever deceptions there are, or breakups, or any of this nature, there will come a time where you will need to sever ties and cut this clean. You're not there yet, and that may take some time, but it's time to bring the axe down, make a clean cut, and move forward, because there's a lot there's so much in your future coming up that you're worthy of. But until we cut these ties, we cannot reach this point. Okay? And that's the same for, you know, those of you this is to do with jobs or self-worth or confidence. It's time to stop telling you, cut through those voices in your head telling you you're not good enough, you're not confident. Cut through all of that and delve within yourself and work out what makes you passionate, what makes you tick. It's time for us to cut away at the negativity in our life and to start bringing up these positivities that are there for the taking for us. Okay, so I'm going to pull you an Archangel Michael card, and I think my battery went then. I do apologise, Aquarius. Yours has gone on longer than anybody else's reading, so there were more messages for you, I guess, that had to come through. So I don't know how much the camera caught on that last recording, but basically you have 3 angel action cards, and they're giving me quite a big message in that, so I'll come to that in a second. But first of all, your Archangel Michael card says keep your eyes on your targeted intention. You know, when I spoke for those of you about jobs and that sort of thing, start to set yourself some targets. Start to move towards those targets, and that alone will start to make you feel more empowered. For those of you that this involves relationships, if it's new relationships, it's saying keep your eyes on your target. Go for what you want. Drive towards that love and that cup, because some of you will be starting new relationships and you'll be really heading towards this. In life, we have to affirm what we want. The universe gives us what we want when we make a clear message about it. So if we want love, if we want commitment, and we want to meet a special somebody, keep your eyes on the target. For those of you that this is more to do with breakups and sadness and something coming to an end in that transitional period, this is saying keep focused. Keep believing that there is light at the end of the tunnel. You see the light there? That's guiding you towards it. Okay, so on the card it says, thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me focus on my inner vision and intention. I ask for your guidance in releasing any fears or doubts, granting me the confidence and courage to take action towards realizing my dreams. It's time to take action, Aquarius, whether or not you want to. So your 3 angel cards. So we had meditation. Meditation is merely living completely in the moment. I spoke about this earlier. You need to find a way to ground yourself. You need to find a way daily where you can find a little tiny minuscule of peace, because I feel like maybe your energies are a little bit woo-woo, bit all over the place. Okay, so you need to find some sort of foundation to ground yourself. Destiny. Your destiny is for you and your angel to plan. There is a destiny for you, Aquarius. It's going to be a really lovely one. I just know it. You all deserve it. We just might need to go through a storm before we can get there. Okay, and the third card you had was in reverse. Now, I don't normally read these type of cards in reverse, but they've told me, no, it's in reverse, and there's a reason and there's a message. In the upright, right, it says perfect. Your angel is perfect, but doesn't expect you to be. This is in reverse. Your angel is saying to you, actually, you're pretty darn clear, pretty darn near to being perfect. You've done nothing wrong, and you are a good soul, and they recognize that you're a good soul, and they know that there are going to be great things coming up for you. They're supporting you and guiding you at this time so that we can turn this round and we can gain this. Take care, my lovely Aquariuses. Sending you lots of love and light. Just at the end of your reading, I just wanted to mention my new spell kits that I've been writing. On the website, I do mention that I associate myself with green witches, which are healers, and they work with mindfulness and this sort of thing. And I've been producing these spell kits. If you can see that up close, yeah. The spell kits I write myself, and I do a couple of adult ones and some children's spell kits. There is a review currently on my website. Go and take a look. For one of my young viewers that purchased one of these kits, just talks a little bit about what's in them and how she's enjoyed them. So that might be worth having a look at on my website. So that's www.pegasusandthewitch.com. So it's very quickly, I thought I would just go through the sort of things that are in these kits. So they come with a scroll, and I write all of the special spells. So there are different ones. So the children ones, there are 3 different ones available. Go and have a little look at what those are. Just a very quick idea of the sort of things that are in them. This is one of the adult love kits I've got here. So inside the adult ones comes the Pegasus and the Witch candle that you can light during the spell. And these lovely dragon's blood incense sticks also come with the kit, and they have sort of instructions of when to burn these and in what order to do that. So they smell amazing, the dragon's blood ones. They are just such a beautiful thing to have anyway. And then each kit comes with a very different little talisman, and talismans are associated with luck and magic. So these are part of the spells as well. This one here is my witch with the 3 angels. They're very interactive. Each kit comes with a special affirmation card as well that you can be using after you've used the spell. And they're all about empowerment and believing in yourself and this sort of thing. And they're really great things to interact with. So yeah, go and have a little look on the website.